So I went to the theater to watch Halloween Ends because I don't have Peacock. If you haven't seen my videos before, then you don't know that I'm a big fan of the Halloween franchise. It's by far my favorite horror movie franchise. I like the character of Michael Myers. He doesn't talk, he run, he just stalks and kills. He stalks and walks, basically. So I did not do a review for Halloween Kills because I knew going in it was just going to be a bridge between the 2018 version and this version. So I just skipped it. It was alright. It was fine for what it was. In this movie, I went to the theater, like I said, and the movie starts and it shows all the studios involved. I think Blumhouse was one of them. And there's upbeat music, which kind of caught me off guard because it's a Halloween movie. I don't expect, like, not pop, I don't think, but it's still upbeat music. And it goes on for a minute or so. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I watching the right movie? Because there's no title card, no actor credits, just studios on a black screen. And then eventually it says Haddonfield. I'm like, oh, okay. So at the beginning of the film, it says Halloween 2019, which is exactly a year after Halloween Kills ended. And you see a young man who's like 20 years old named Corey, and he's babysitting a little boy who's, I don't know, 10 or so. And the little boy tricks Corey into going in the attic, and he locks him in there and starts talking shit to him like, Michael's gonna get you. And Corey starts freaking out because it's Halloween night and it's Haddonfield, so he starts freaking out. And he kicks the attic door, and the door flies open, and it yeets this boy over the railing somehow, even though the railing's like to here on him. But anyways, things be damned, I guess. So it yeets him over the railing, and he falls to his death. So Corey gets 3 years approximately for aggravated manslaughter. And he comes back home to Haddonfield. And I don't know why, because the whole town hates him. He's getting bullied by freaking band kids. His mom treats him like shit. His dad's pretty cool, but his mom treats him like shit. And I don't know why he's still there. If it was me, I've been gone somewhere else, like Florida, California, Brazil, Canada, somewhere where people don't know that I killed a kid. But anyways, he stays there for no reason. And soon after the movie starts, he ends up going on a date and dating Laurie's granddaughter. And it's so forced, it's so shoehorned in the movie, and I hated it. I did not like it. They just forced this romance on us, and there's like very little chemistry between the two of them. I just didn't buy it at all. So they go out one night, and they get up in a little fight, and Corey goes out by himself, and he runs into the band kids again. And they get into a little shoving match, and the leader of the band kids shoves him over the railing of the bridge, and he falls, I don't know, 30 feet or whatever. He gets knocked unconscious. And who finds him? Michael Myers. And he drags him to his lair, his hideout, in a pipe. Apparently he's been for like 4 years. Okay. So he doesn't kill Corey. Instead, he grabs him by the throat and he transfers some of his evil to him. Now, I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so if Michael transfers like his spirit or his force or whatever, his consciousness to Corey, and he dies, Corey could become the new Michael and kill Laurie, and then him and Allison could have this back and forth rivalry thing, and this could spawn a few movies. I could see where it's going. That's not what they do at all. So Michael lets him go, and Corey lures Allison's ex-boyfriend, who's a cop, and kind of a creepy cop too. Not Michael Myers level creepy, but he's still kind of creepy. He lures him to Michael's hideout, and he tells Michael to show him how to kill. And Michael grabs a knife, and he stabs this cop like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, you needed Michael Myers to show you how to stab somebody? Okay, whatever. You'll never believe what happens next because I could have got 10 guesses and I never would have guessed it. Michael and Corey, like, form an alliance and, like, a tag team in wrestling. And they go kill a couple people. One is a doctor who is Allison's boss, and the other one is a girl who Allison got passed up for a promotion because he's sleeping with the doctor. She's sleeping with the doctor, apparently. I don't know. So Corey kills the doctor, and Michael kills the girl, and he kills her by pinning her up against the wall and stabbing with a knife. It's straight out of Halloween 1. You can call it homage, you can call it lazy writing, whatever, it works. So, in true wrestling fashion, Corey turns on Michael, kicks his ass, and takes his mask. Oh, I didn't mean to rhyme, but I can do it anytime. So, he takes the mask and he goes on a killing spree. He kills all the band kids. He kills his mom. He kills this DJ who was talking shit to him. And then he's going to go to Laurie's house and kill her because she doesn't want Allison around Corey for obvious reasons. So meanwhile, Laurie calls the police and says, I want to report a suicide. Now, she's been in this movie for 44 years. There's no chance in hell she's going to commit suicide. And besides the fact, anybody who saw the trailer saw the door push open and Laurie's standing there with a gun. So you know she's not committing suicide, even though you hear a gunshot and stuff splatters against the door. It's just pumpkin. Whatever. So he opens the door, Corey opens the door, and she says, "Do you really think I commit suicide?" And then she shoots him like 3 or 4 times. So Corey still has the knife that he stole from Michael. And he says, and I quote, "If I can't have Allison, no one can." And he stabs himself in the throat. Do you know what you just said? How does stabbing yourself in the throat and killing yourself keep anybody else from having Allison? It makes no damn sense whatsoever. So he's on the floor bleeding out, and Michael shows up. And he takes the knife and he takes his mask, puts the mask on, and we're finally going to have the epic fight scene that I've been waiting for. And if you saw the trailer, you saw him try to put Laurie's hand in garbage disposal and he throws her across the room. It was a good fight scene. I liked the fight scene. And eventually Laurie gets the upper hand. She's got Michael's hands pinned down with knives and she starts stabbing the shit out of him and she cuts his throat and he's dying. He's bleeding out. He gets his hand free. He basically just rips his hand through the knife and grabs her by the throat. And she doesn't resist. She just says, "Do it." 10 minutes ago, you just said you wouldn't commit suicide, which I know it's not the same exact thing, but it's the end result's the same. You just kind of let yourself die. So Allison shows up and she stops Michael, and then Laurie slices his wrist and he just bleeds out and he dies. So after that, they put Michael on Allison's car. They strap him down to the car and they drive him around town with a police escort around Haddonfield so they can see that Michael is actually dead. And then they put Michael, well, Laurie pushes Michael into a grinder and he's officially dead. There's no coming back from that, obviously. The script is a mess. It's bad. It's not good at all. The acting isn't much better. The kills are not very creative. The kills in Halloween Kills are more creative than this. There was pretty good gore in this movie, but the kills were not very creative. It's not good. I'm just going to give Halloween Ends 2 slow claps. It would get one, but the fight scene at the end, the payoff was good. It's worth a clap by itself. So it gets two instead of one. Laurie finally gets to kill Michael. I like the last 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes are pretty good. Other than that, trash. It's not good. If you can stream it on Peacock, watch the 15 minutes, skip ahead, what, an hour and 20 minutes, watch the last 15 minutes, you good. Is the franchise over? Who knows? It should be. As big a Halloween fan as I am, I'm ready for it to be over. It's been what, 10 movies? It's time for it to die. That's all I got. If you've watched this whole video, thank you. If you've seen it and you want to comment on it, maybe you liked it, great. If not, comment that too. I'd talk to you about it. I can't say a whole lot more than I already have because I did not enjoy most of this movie, but if you want to talk about it, comment below. That's all I got, and happy Halloween.